Okay everybody, so we've just done the introduction to London Thames on the other side of the bank, but we've got interrupted by a few street dancers and what have you, so we've shifted over to the north side. So I'm going to run some EVPs and see if we can get any spirit people coming through, because we're actually stood in Billingsgate fish market. This is the location they would have sold fish, this is where the ships would have come in, brought the fish in. There's also Sugar Quay, there's Waterman's Walk, there's where we were on the other side pointing out all the places where the ships come in. We're actually stood in that area now, so I've got the EVP recorder running. So we're going to start by asking out, and you can enjoy the view of the background whilst we're doing this. Are there any spirit people who would like to come forward and talk to us, please? Lewis, my guide, if you're with us, would you like to speak into the device and make yourself heard, and also bring forward any spirit people, even if it's just the watermen and the traders that you knew on the dockside in your time? Are there any famous seafaring people who would like to come forward and make themselves known? Or are there any market traders attached to Billingsgate Market, and also to the sugar and the coffee and the tobacco that would have been brought in on this particular wharf? Please come forward. Now's your chance to talk to us. I'm Alison, this is Andy, and my guide is Lewis. We've got anything, I'll let you know. Okay everybody, so we've just done the introduction to London Thames on the other side of the bank. We've got interrupted by a few street dancers and what, so we've shifted over to the north side. So we're going to run some EVPs and see if we can get any spirit people coming through, because we're actually stood in Billingsgate fish market. This is the location they would have sold fish, this is where the ships would have come in for the fishing. There's also Sugar Quay, there's Waterman's Walk, there's pointing out all the places where the ships come in. We're actually stood in that area now, so I've got the EVP recorder running. So I'm going to start by asking out. You can enjoy the view of the background whilst we're doing this. Are there any spirit people who would like to come forward and talk to us, please? Sometimes you think you've heard a little whisper underneath, don't you?
Yeah, you do. No, you can't.
Would you like to speak into the device and make yourself heard, and also bring forward any spirit people, even if it's just the watermen and the traders that you knew on the dockside in your time? I really would like Lewis to try and bring forward like Captain Cook.
Yeah.
Seafaring people would like to come forward.
Well, he's trying.
Can't hear like a distant voice, but we're going to have to connect it up at home and listen to it
properly so you can hear it better.
Well, these EVPs, if you've probably noticed, we collect them as we go, we don't really hear them, but when we get them on laptop and it goes onto YouTube, then we hear it clear.
Yeah, sometimes you can't.
To talk to us. I'm Alison, this is Andy, and my guide is Lewis. I think I heard like a sniff, like a... or a...
Yeah, well, mate.
Alright, not really got anything definite, but Lewis says that sometimes they just gather around like a curiosity,
Really just
looking at what we're doing,
yeah,
and
yeah.
just having a look.
Yeah.
and that's sometimes why they don't always come forward straight away. But we pulled 3 tarot cards out of the deck on the other side of the river, which I'm hoping we're going to be able to put that introduction on, and then you can see that.
Yeah.
But because somebody was playing music in the background, and we've got this copyright thing going on that we can't play other people's music, if YouTube won't put it on, then you're not going to be able to see that. So what we've done is on the other side of the river, we shuffled the tarot cards, and I pulled 3 tarot cards out and asked a question for Spirit to come forward, and the 3 cards represented, one, a pioneering person who was busy, wanted to achieve things. The second one was the world, and the third one was from my guardian spirit Lewis, which showed an angel with a trumpet, and it was a card that signifies summoning forward, which to me means that he's here and he's going to summon forward any spirits for us. Hopefully we can get some bodies, but we've got people out for an evening stroll. It's London, it's beautiful, you know, and you can't expect to get this place to yourself, so we're going to try anyway and put some things out and see if we can get anything. Is that Big Ben gone?
Yeah.
Not that far. So we've got the EV meter there. The EMF meter. I could shuffle cards again if you like, and we can do that a second time in case.
Yeah, why not?
Right, so I use these. I use them like anyways, not just for paranormal. With the tarot cards, you can do different readings. You can do the 3-card reading for yourself or a person is past, present, future. You can do a 7-card reading, which is the 7 days of the week. Give yourself a forecast of what's going to happen for the coming week. You can do a 12-month reading, which is like 12 cards that signifies each month what's going to happen that month. There's different spreads you can do. There's a cross spread. There's all different ones. But when I'm talking to Spirit, particularly if I'm at home on my own and I'm doing a witchcraft circle, I will shuffle 3 cards and ask Spirit to come forward and tell me who they are and what they want to say. So we did that on the other bank, and we pulled 3 cards out. We're going to do it again here, and what will be really interesting is if we get the same 3 cards.
Yeah.
If there's one person following us around, we'll get the same cards again. I'm going to shuffle them good and proper. It's like a deck of cards in Vegas. What was he playing the other night? 5-card brag. Try to play a 5-card brag with the tarot cards. Played 5-card brag, and I got 3 2s and 2 jokers. So I think somebody fixed my pack. And you know, Lewis is just saying now, by bantering and laughing like this, you're going to bring forward some characters, watermen, and some funny people that like to have a drink and have a play of cards.
Yeah.
Okay, bring them forward. Any watermen here who like to play cards? Please come forward. I'm going to put 3 cards down. I'd like you to give me a message in those cards, and then we can talk that way. It's a different way to communicate with Spirit. But when you're shuffling the cards, you're really meant to keep quiet and concentrate. So let's have a little moment of that. And what you do is you cut the cards. So I'm going to ask the Spirit to come forward. Please tell me something about yourself. Okay. Shuffle a bit more. That was a reversed card, and a reversed card generally means something negative, so I'm not sure if we've got something on the negative side coming forward. But we'll have a look in a minute. There's enough negative people in the real world coming forward tonight, never mind spirit ones. What was it last night on the tube, Andy? This guy climbed on the tube last night and he shouted, "Give me some money for cracking women." Alright. Welcome to London. Any spirit people would like to come forward, please choose a card which defines you and gives us a message. Now, these are all reversed. Oh God, that doesn't necessarily mean that they're negative people. It's just that they could be in a negative situation. They could be poor. You know, something could have happened to them. So when you get a reversed card, it isn't always that it's an evil spirit or anything like that. It just means that it might be someone with a bad thing story attached. And to be honest with you, that side of the wharf was very it was prosperous, but it was prosperous in a vice way. There was a lot of prostitution going on, there was a lot of gambling, there was a lot of people coming in on ships having a good time, so it was prosperous in that it was, the vice side of life. This side they were working hard, this side it was all markets and people that were living in Whitechapel and coming down to work here, and if you've got any of those people, please give me a card that signifies who you are and we'll bring you through. I hope that's not the police. The ship police. We've had the police before. We'll probably get the Thames police coming up now and they, what the hell are you doing? We're selling crack cocaine. That was a joke, by the way.
It's just a party
Alright,
boat.
so we've got 3 reverse cards. I'm going to read them now and see what they are. Put them in there and don't blow off, because if this card blows off and ends up in somebody's lap. Pretend I'm reading a guidebook. Pretend I'm some lunatic reading a guidebook by torchlight. So this is the art of the tarot. It tells you everything you need to know. All the different spreads. And each card is explained individually. So let's turn them over and see what we got first. The Hangman reverse, that's not a good card. 4 of Pentacles reversed and the 1 of Pentacles reversed. Let's look those up. It's interesting how we've got different cards on this side. So perhaps we've got different Hangman. It is blowing a bit in here. But the tides come right in, that's why.
Yeah, it has gone higher.
Yeah. I know the Hangman is a bad card, but then again, remember, we're not that far from Deptford where they used to hang the pirates.
Well, that's true.
So, a reverse meaning, a refusal to change your attitude. Instead of gaining a fresh perspective, you remain in limbo, in conflict of the way that you live. The Hangman is safely tethered to the growing tree, supported by a natural instinct. When reversed, he is bound to the earth and fettered by materialism. So that sounds to me like somebody who's set in the ways, who refuses to change, and that's the person that we seem to have got here, but obviously we don't know who that person is. And the second one was 4 of Pentacles. Let's go to the back of the pack because the ones in Pentacles are really nice. These cards are the ordinary pack of playing cards that you buy today are loosely based on the tarot. So the Pentacles will be like the clubs. Alright, the reversed meaning. You may be suffering from ego or bad planning. Start again and do the job properly. The card shows grand avoidance tactics, so you or someone close may be partying night and day to avoid dealing with their problems. So really, the material rewards and stability you crave elude you. This can be because of fear of change. Again, it's someone who's stuck in the ways.
Yeah.
Or a calculated risk taking on a corporate level. Bureaucracy and internal politics restrict you. You may find yourself struggling to assert yourself as your talents are marginalised. You know what that is? That's 2 cards very similar, meaning that somebody is stuck
in the ways.
And
Yeah.
the situation around them means that they can't change. That possibly could refer to the people that work in the markets here.
Oh, yeah.
They probably
Yeah.
wanted to
Yeah.
go to sea. They probably wanted to do all kinds of different jobs,
Yeah.
but because of the prospects
They couldn't do it.
where they were born, brought up, lived, they weren't able to, and they were tethered to this market selling fish or
Yeah.
whatever else they was doing down here. So I think we've got some kind of local people, if you like, workers. And the 1 of Pentacles, money for its own sake, greed, or even ill-gotten gains when reversed. The Ace brings money without love. It can indicate a need to curb a streak in your nature. Be wary of those to whom money is the only currency. So there again, it's talking about like people who's really, their only want and need in life is money, innit?
Yeah. Yeah.
And to be fair, you know, a lot of people are in the same situation today where they're just doing jobs because they need the money.
Yeah.
You know, bring the kids up, whatever, and you know, pay to the kids that they don't live with the money they owe. And a lot of people are in that situation today, so it isn't much different. It was the same back then.
Yeah.
They worked to live, to pay for the kids, and couldn't do anything else with their lives. And I think this shows people are restricted with the position in life and think they have to make the money, but they don't really want to. And probably they were drinking and partying just to take that pressure away of that boring lives that they were leading. That's what I'm reading from them anyway. So I think not negative spirit, but spirit
Somebody
with negative
stuck in their ways.
who had kind of negative. They probably just got used to the lot, you know.
Yeah.
Getting up every day and going out like we do, because people think that we just do YouTube all the time, me and Andy, but you know we don't.
Yeah.
We have full-time jobs.
Yeah. Yeah.
We'll work 6 till 2, we'll work 6 till 6.
Yeah.
One's out.
So we'll put that away.
Yeah.
I'll put all of it away actually. We'll never walk down now and see what other history we've got around here we can look at. Because we're just 2 minutes from London Bridge.
Yeah.
We'll keep the EVP recorder out because
Yeah. Because you
that's flashing now, put it away. It weren't flashing all this time. I probably had it switched off in it and never switched it on.
Oh, well.
That's the way I
Yeah,
usually perform
sometimes
in
it's hard for itself. Yeah.
Switch it off when we're finished and then switch it on.
Hey, it happens.
Yeah, it's quicker now. Wouldn't that? Still quicker before. So we'll stick around. Towards London Bridge. We'll carry on with a bit more of the history there. And I'll run the EVP recorder while we're going because it's pretty quiet down there and if we pick up any voices it's likely to be somebody or something else. I think some interesting results from tarot. In the past I've had some definite answers. I've done tarot card readings for myself as well as other people and they've been spot on in the past. But you really got to concentrate to do it properly. You know, you've got to shuffle the cards and you really focus your energies into that. You don't think about anything else at all. It's the only way it's going to work. Alright, let's get this back on. Let's see if we've got any spirit people down here, Lewis. If you can bring any of your watermen forward, that'd be great. He's just said they're afraid of speaking into that. They're not sure what it is. Because remember, they lived in the 1700s, these people.
Yeah.
So I've spoken to Lewis's watermen on many occasions, but we don't normally use this method. I sit with the pen and the piece of paper, and it's what you call automatic writing. Lewis used a quill pen in his day, so I have quill pens with ink and parchment paper at home, and when I'm talking with Lewis, I'll just concentrate on the pen. Well, literally. And when I read it, look it back, it's loopy writing, you know, with them long F's and things that they would write back then. But we'll do that sometime for the, you know, to show you what I'm talking about. Let's have a look over here. London Bridge. That's London Bridge. Yeah, let's see if people have read and then we'll scout it with anybody. The London Bridge. It was originally the only bridge in London and it used to have houses on it, taverns, people used to herd sheep across and geese and everything across it. Then it got lost in the fire of London. So they rebuilt it and then the next one fell down. That's where the nursery rhyme London Bridge is falling down, My Fair Lady comes from. Then that one they shipped off to America because some guy wanted to buy it, and it's now in the middle of an Arizona desert.
Yeah.
And then they built this one, and this is the one that's stood since. So but it's still the same area where the original London Bridge would be, which was once the only bridge across from the north to the south. I'll wait till these people have gone, and then we'll run the EVP recorder.
Yeah.
That's the Shard. The London Bridge Hospital. There's some gannets.
A few of them round here.
Yeah, too
Especially
many.
over there.
Alright. Well, we're going to run the EVP recorder. Are there any spirit people here at London Bridge?
Any rivermen? Any tradesmen? Market traders? Anybody who was in this river?
Well, Lewis, can you come forward and bring anybody forward that you know to speak to us, please?
By unjust means? Who wants to tell the story? Anybody who was here before any of these?
Alright, Lewis has just said there's some watermen coming up this way on the river, so 2 or 3 of them bobbing in boats. They're just hanging back because they're a bit scared, to be fair. It's really weird that you don't think ghosts are going to be scared, but they are sometimes. Bring them forward, Lewis. They already know me. Just tell them it's us and we've come back. They're bobbing up a bit more now. We might get them in a minute. Give me the names again, Lou. I've forgot the names. George. One's called George. They're getting off the boat. There's a couple of them coming to stand here. Now whether they'll talk. Just explain that we just come for a chat. Just tell us about your day. What's going on in the Thames today? It doesn't matter about the accent, Lewis. We just want to pick up the voices. I'll do that too. Lewis is just saying you might not understand their accent, but it doesn't matter about that. Lewis is standing talking to them now. He's going to try and get them to come forward this week. You remember us, guys? We've been down here before. Just said you was wearing a dress the last time. Yeah, that was about 10 years ago. I had much longer hair then and I had a dress on. It's 10 years later and people lose their hair by various means. Are there any watermen would like to speak to us? Any of Lewis's friends and acquaintances? I'm Alison, this is Andy, my husband. And you know that Lewis is my guardian spirit guide. They love Lewis to bits because he was always giving them treats, tobacco and things like that. They're wheeling and dealing with him now. Alright, I'll give you a few minutes. That's an old place, London Bridge Hospital. It's still got the sign up, but I don't know what it is now.
Is it a
hotel now?
I think it's a hotel now. I don't think it's still a hospital anymore.
It was now when it happened.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it were connected to like World War One or two. To be fair, when the Navy soldiers used to come in, they used to dock in.
Yeah.
We don't really do a lot of war stuff because we have a lot of knowledge on it, to be fair. Right, we'll stop that, and then what we'll do is we'll carry on walking down to London Bridge, and then later on we'll listen it back. We're going to do the interview and show people EVPs anyway at Halloween and stuff.
Yeah, because we've got like, we just need that. Yeah.
Just watch for the battery running out. Usually flashes red and lets you know.
No, it's plenty left.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, plenty left. Yeah.
That clanking of chains, by the way, is my trousers.
No.
And I have a confession to make now that we're all alone on this dark alley, this dark house walk.
Some mad monk.
It wasn't a mad monk at Wally Abbey, it was my trousers clanking. The old waterman as well. So this is picking up the waterman just there in the river. So this is other waterman as well. But I've got a feeling, Lewis is saying that these are timbers from ship. These are ship timbers. Now,
Yeah, it would have been.
you've seen my sister, Psychic Jane, on YouTube with us now. Now, Jane is psychic, yes, she's naturally psychic. No, I'm not. But Lewis can give me information about stuff, and he's just told me these are ship timbers, these, from old ships that they've used to build this structure. So, whether it's one ship or whether it's different ships, I have no idea.
You would just like things
Yeah,
that.
he will pick things out and tell me things about them.
Oh, it is.
Are we going to do it? Whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police. Whoop whoop, that's the sound of the police. They probably have come for us. Everywhere we go, they turn up. Everywhere we go. We haven't been arrested yet, not yet. Anyway.
Not yet, but there's time.
We're working on it, aren't we, Andy?
There's time.
We're working on it.
in here anyway, so I don't bother with that now.
Okay.
Right,
Do you want me to take over that for a bit? Do you want to
No,
rest?
you're alright. Probably get about
Don't
another,
people in it, don't like
about
it.
another 10 minutes on this
Alright, we'll
anyway.
go up to the bridge, then we finish it there. Or just where the bridge is.
Yeah, but it might need to put the light on in a bit anyway. So, but
Oh, you don't
when we
need the
get
torch
in-
up here.
I don't need it up here. There's
Yeah.
plenty of.
There's an old church there, but I don't know which church that one is. That one. There's look, that's the monument in the background there. That's where the fire started, the Great Fire of London. That monument represents where the pie shop was.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I have my own theories about the Great Fire of London.
Was it Dutch? Yeah.
Seriously, I think it was.
Well,
The history
if
of
they've
that,
got a map of it, just seems funny that, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Asking,
Yeah.
she just assumed her child was invited to my wedding.
Yeah, when you go and look at the Maritime Museum at where we were today. Where the hell were we? Brain's completely gone.
The Maritime Museum today,
at
Greenwich.
Yeah, right. So we were at war with the Dutch from 1642 to about 1670, something like that. The Great Fire of London occurred in 1666. Now, our fire brigade today have reopened the fire case, yeah, and they've looked at it, and they said no way was that started by one pie shop. And they've reinvestigated the case's fire squad, and they said it's got to have been at least 8 small fires that started it and not one pie shop. So it's looking as though, because we were at war with the Dutch back in those days, because of the East India trade, and they had the East India trade, they set fire to London to try and demolish it so they could steal all the trade. Because one thing we did find interesting in the Greenwich Maritime Museum today was that somebody had done a painting of London after the fire by a Dutch artist, saying, look at the devastation of London after the fire. Now, why were the Dutch so interested in our city being devastated after the fire? So what the fire brigade have come up with, the Great Fire of London, and if you watch, there's 2 good programmes, Timeline, Great Fire of London, and also Jamie Thigston's Forbidden History, Great Fire of London. If you're interested in the Great Fire of London, watch those programmes. They both show you that conspiracy theory of did the Dutch start the fire. And to be fair, with us being at war with them at the time, it wasn't really a kind of a gun battle, it was more of a war of trade. There were a lot of them in London. There was a lot of spy rings watching them, what they were up to, because they were after pinching trade anyway. And these fires, that monument we've just shown you, is where the pie shop was that originally the fire started out. But when the fire brigade have studied it, today's methods, they're saying no way. It has to be in, and they've even located the 8 different parts of London where they think the fire may have broke out, and it's looking suspiciously like it might have been Dutch people, Dutch traders plotting in taverns, and I personally do believe that, because I don't think one pie shop can burn down a whole city this big, you know, it's just, I'm not having it. There's more to that Great Fire of London than meets the eye. Since the Great Fire of London, they're not allowed to build anything made of timber here anymore, but they did replace the Shakespeare Globe from timber.
Well, that was the only one.
And the Golden Hind ship over there, Francis Drake's ship, is still here, but it's not the original, they've rebuilt it. Which we might try and get back to the Golden Hind whilst we're here tomorrow, possibly if we can. It's a busy area because it's surrounded by bars. As you can tell, London is such a multicultural city. You've got languages from all over the world coming around, you know, just visitors, people living and working here. It's just, it's non-stop. I mean, obviously, you know, you can come to London yourself, but you can be out all hours of the day and night and doing paranormal. Even in the middle of the night, you're going to get people just walking in on you and stuff. It's just one of them places. It's brilliant. I love it, but it's very hard to do a paranormal because you get interrupted all the time, don't you?
That's true.
I'll tell you what, whilst we're at London Bridge, let's just give this one more. There's somebody ringing a bell. It's not a paranormal bell, it's a bike bell. Alright. Are there any spirit people here at London Bridge, please? there anybody here connected to the Great Fire of London, or anybody who knew how it might have started? If it's one of Lewis's watermen or anybody else who used to work and trade in these parts, please come forward and give us some message. What do you think of that great glass shard? It's people walking past, guys. It's not far. The great glass shard that costs, if you have an apartment at the top of it, £30 million per apartment. We got told that today on the
Cheap at the price.
tourist bar. So we'll start saving now, yeah. We need a few more subscribers, yeah. Then me and Andy can
Yeah, but you do get a nice
invite
view.
you all round for a party, yeah. Just think about it, subscribers.
It's alright until the unless the lifts aren't working,
Then you have to walk.
and then you've got to walk
You have
up.
to
What
carry
is
your
it?
bike up there and all.
What is it? 90 flights of stairs.
Around that, yeah.
Yeah, that's a part. How would you get your bike up?
Well, this
I
is
thought
it.
of that
That's
one.
why they all go about on e-unicycles here, isn't it?
You don't want to be one of them that lasted Amazon delivery right at the top floor, and then you go,
unicycle.
actually, no, it's the wrong building. It's the one next door. Be gutted, wouldn't he?
There is someone ringing a bell. I'm not imagining that.
No, there is somebody ringing a bell.
How can there be a bell on the wharf side?
Could be just some mad person. Never know, do you? Could be just some lunatic decided to ring a bell. Felt like there was somebody from.
Bike bells.
No, it's a bike bell.
Bike bells.
That solved that problem.
Yeah.
It's not paranormal.
Anyway, there's another story about this particular bridge. Cardinal Wolsey, going back to Henry VIII's time. Yeah, he used to come up and down here by boat because his Greenwich Palace is where he lived down there. Not Greenwich Palace, it's Wolsey's, Cardinal Wolsey's Palace. I get mixed up with the Greenwich Palace and the Cardinal Wolsey. Well, the Cardinal Wolsey's Palace, Hampton Court, where he lived, was down there. And he used to take the boat up to Greenwich Palace to see Henry VIII, and then he used to take the boat down home. But if the Thames was running a certain current in a certain direction, the rapids here were really, really fast. And sometimes you'd pay watermen extra money to help you get through safely. He would get out and he'd let the waterman take the boat down, and he'd have a horse and a cart here to take him down the bottom end, and he'd get back in and he'd be chewing on a chicken leg or something on the way, and he'd be like, I don't care if they drown. No, that's why Henry VIII kicked him out and took his palace for himself. One of the reasons anyway. So we're still running EVP if anybody wants to talk to us. Perhaps you come from Tudor times. Are you Cardinal Wolsey himself, perhaps? By all accounts, he was a man who loved himself, so perhaps he'd like to come forward and tell us how wonderful he was. He was so wonderful, he'd let his watermen suffer and toss and turn in the little boats down there while he walked down chewing on a chicken, or went down by horse and cart chewing on a chicken drumstick.
How do you
Some
do?
of the things that people don't know about Cardinal Wolsey. That's people, that's not paranormal. Okay, so Lewis has told me that these 3 watermen have just stood here and put tankards on that thing there, so we might be able to pick them up if I'm going to put this, stop it, and then I'm going to start it again and put it there. Lewis, bring your watermen forward now to speak into that for me if you can. There's literally stood 3 of them literally drinking tankards there. They're just generally talking between themselves. See if you can get them to talk loud enough for us to hear it loud, please. What we'll do is we'll play it back on the Halloween interview for
Yeah.
anything.
Because we have a few.
Yeah, Lewis is telling me about the different taverns that used to be along here where they used to meet. The 3 Tons Tavern, which he's talked to me about before. From literally London Bridge that side, there was several taverns, ale houses where the watermen would drink after work of an evening. And sometimes they'd sit there and wait for nighttime fares to come in because they used to ferry people across who didn't want to go over the bridge. Besides, and also the other job they used to do when the big ships came in, they used to take the sailors up to shore, and sometimes the fruits and the tobaccos and things, they used to help offload that stuff too if they were needed. So they had a very busy job here up and down. They met people from all over the world. Lewis is saying now there was monkeys and tropical fruits along this quayside in his day. See if we can get on to speaking to that Louis, please. That would be great.
Damn it. That's fitting.
What I might do is walk underneath London Bridge for the last sort of 10 minutes of filming and see if we can... I'll keep this rolling. If any spirit people would like to come forward, were you connected to the Fire of London? Did you know anything about the pie shop? Did you buy pies from there? Right under London Bridge now. Okay, spirit people like to come forward and talk to us, please. Please talk into this. You look at old medieval paintings of this bridge, there's literally houses built on it.
All over them, yeah.
taverns
And
really
that's probably why it
people
felt.
used to stay there.
Yeah. That's probably why it started to sink.
Yeah, because it was made of
was
wood,
too
the
heavy.
original bridge. That's why the London Bridge is falling there. That was about that.
That's why they had to, because they started building on top and on top, and it just
Too
got
many things, yeah. More
too
and more
heavy.
people wanted houses on there. I think
Yeah.
because it was cheaper.
Yeah.
That's why I think they wanted. And then when it did fall down, they built it back and then it got burnt down in 1666. Which I've always thought unusual that 666, the satanic number, is the year when fire burned London to the ground. And you think that 666, hell, Satan, all that is connected with fire. It seems just unusual that it was that particular year. Bearing in mind you had the plague the year before, 65.
Yeah.
Did have a lot of luck. I mean, some people went through both things and survived.
Yeah.
But I do know that King Charles II was in charge then of London, and he was the one who called Christopher Wren in to rebuild everything. So he was very active in it. King Charles II actually pulled people out of the fire and helped them get across the Thames. He was here with his sleeves rolled up, do you know what I mean? So even though he was a bit of an arrogant king and loved his palaces and all that, when London was afire, he was here with his sleeves rolled up. surprisingly, nobody died in that fire.
No.
Nobody died, not one person. They got them all out, everybody got out, managed to get out. They all helped one another, didn't they, back then? Now they'd just step over you, wouldn't they? Then they used to help
Yeah,
out one
that
another.
sounds about right.
They would though, wouldn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
You can hear it, the waves lapping, and this
Yeah.
is the rapid bit that Cardinal Wolsey and other people, it's too dangerous to sail down to leave to get out. You'd either walk down or they'd go down by a horse and then they'd get back on the boat and carry on down there. But I think they've changed the sea wall a bit now to stop it being so rough, but back then it was.
We're getting down to 40 minutes now.
Alright, it can usually flash and tell you when the boat's going, so
Yeah.
I'm going to say good night just in case we get cut off because we hate just disappearing. Thank you for watching once again. This is the London Bridge and Billingsgate Fish Market, and also we started on the south side by the Globe Theatre, which there was people piling out so we couldn't film there, and then also just before Tower Bridge, the area called the Anchor Pub, which was a big fish, sort of sailors pub where they used to go for women and for drinking and for
Women.
all that stuff. So I'll say good night because we are going to get cut off, but we'll film a little longer, and then when we disappear, then you know our battery, we're very professional, the battery's gone.
Just flashing, it's just flashing.
Alright, so thanks a lot guys, we'll see you in the
Alright.
next one. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.